What's good, YouTube? We back for another video, man. Before I get into it, I hope you guys have been locked in. I hope you guys have been taking care of yourselves, man. This is gonna be a quick video because your boy is tired, man. You know what I mean? I'm tired, but I'm still gonna make this video anyway because I just need to. I got to, man. Okay. So I'm gonna be talking about low energy. It's kind of ironic because I'm tired, right? And the reason why I'm so tired is because I got off my 10 hour shift job and I haven't went to sleep yet. You know, I had to unfortunately catch up on my calories because I didn't eat any. You know what I mean? So yeah, but I gotta lock in. I gotta stay locked in, man. So yeah, a lot of people struggle with low energy. A lot of people struggle with not having a lack of ambition, lack of discipline, consistency, the desire to do anything, right? And it all comes from having low energy. And I could tell y'all from personal experience, I'm somebody that has always had low energy, and I never understood why I was always so lazy all the time. It's literally because I have low energy, or I had low energy. You know what I mean? So I used to be a very lazy individual where I used to just literally not want to do anything. And even now, it's like if I go back to doing these things, I'm gonna become like that again. So I'm gonna be telling y'all the main things that help me or that I've realized that would keep you lazy, keep you from being productive and having low energy, right? The first thing is not getting enough sleep, man. I used to be somebody that I didn't get enough sleep at night, and because I used to play the game all night and stuff like that. That was a terrible mistake. I hate that I did that to myself. And because of that, I would be so tired the next day, especially when I had school. I'd be tired and stuff like that. I wouldn't even feel like going, but I have to go anyway. And honestly, I can't blame nobody but myself. You know what I mean? I already didn't like school, but it's like when I was tired, knowing that I barely got enough sleep, it just made it a 10 times worse because it's like, dang, I already don't like school, but I'm tired on top of that. Like, man, you know what I mean? So it sucked. It sucked, right? But not getting enough sleep, man. Sleep is very important, man. Listen, I know you hear it all the time. Everybody says it. It's generic. But man, the basics, it's not going to be no different, You're going to hear everybody say it because it's literally what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to get enough sleep every day. Okay? You got to get 8 at least 8 hours of sleep every day. Obviously, sleep is important. Your body recovers while you're sleeping. Your body grows while you're sleeping. You literally build muscle while you're sleeping. You know what I mean? Like, if you're somebody that cares about building a nice physique in the gym, if you're not sleeping, then you're not going to build a nice physique because think about it like this. If you're barely sleeping, then how is your body going to actually build muscle if you're barely sleeping? You're literally missing out on gains by not sleeping. You feel me? So yeah, number two is your diet, man. And I used to be somebody that I didn't even realize it, but I had a like. It's not even. I didn't even really have much of a diet because I was a twig, right? I mean, I'm still small now. I mean, I filled out a little bit, but back then I used to be smaller. Okay, but now I see. Let me put it this way. Currently now I'm at a healthy weight. Okay, I don't look like I'm freaking malnourished or anorexic, right? But back then I was literally underweight, and I was literally a severely underweight. Like I was a twig. Okay, like it was bad, man. I literally had stick arms, right? I used to literally get made fun of by my coworkers, and they would be like, you look like that dude off of Apple Jacks, right? True story. Ooh, my fault, I spit. True story, you know? And I always keep that in mind whenever I'm in the gym because I never forget what they said, you know what I mean? So one day, I'm a look, I mean, I've luckily have made some progress, but obviously I want to look bigger, you know what I mean? But I'm at least glad that I was able to manage to get to a healthy weight. But basically, I'm getting off topic. What I mean is that your diet is very important, man. So if you're somebody that is under eating, like how I used to be, or maybe you're under eating or you're overeating. Both those things is gonna have a low energy, because you might think, oh, okay, well, if but if you're overeating, that's actually bad too, because overeating actually makes you sluggish. Okay, overeating makes you sluggish and it makes you lazy. That why you think a lot of fat people are lazy as fuck. Why you think they barely move? Overeating, when you're literally obese and you have that much weight, you're like literally, I'm pretty sure that your testosterone drops and your cortisol drops, if I'm not mistaken. So you actually become more sluggish and more lazy when you're overweight. That's why you cannot be overweight, okay? And if you're underweight, same thing, right? See, you're not getting enough calories. And that was my thing. I was not getting enough calories that my body needed for energy. And because of that, I would literally suffer, man. I would literally be so tired, so drained, but it was normal to me. So I didn't really notice it. But it's like, now looking at it, it really did play a part in why I would be so tired and why I will also be lazy as heck as well. Like, don't underestimate your diet, man. You know what I mean? If you're literally, if your diet is not on par, man, you're not gonna have energy. Food, guys, food is energy. Calories is energy. That's literally another name for energy. When you're eating calories, that's literally energy for your body. You know what I mean? So if you're not getting enough of that, then it makes sense that you're not going to have any energy. You know what I mean? That's why people that go on a calorie deficit, like you have bodybuilders that try to get shredded, stage ready for competition, stuff like that. They try to get to a very low body fat percentage, right? But everybody has always said the same thing, that when they get to that low of a body fat percentage, yeah, on the outside they look crazy, like they look shredded. You can see the veins, the abs is popping, their face is chiseled, everything. But in the inside, they're literally feeling so terrible. Like they have no energy, no drive, no nothing. You feel me? Bro, like it's not worth it. Your diet is very important, man. You have to make sure your diet is good. And when I fix my diet, I've actually gotten more energy. You know what I mean? Because I'm eating more. And like I said, man, I'm still skinny, but it's crazy that I went from being a twig to just being skinny. You know what I mean? Like back then I considered myself skinny, but back then I was anorexic. I was a twig. Like I'm talking about literally like underweight. But now it's like I'm just skinny. Okay? I'm just skinny now. You feel me? But the next phase should be where I'm like built. You feel me? I'm big. You know what I mean? So yo. Ooh. And the last thing, man, and this one was really what got me. Releasing your semen. Yes. Yes, you heard me right. And you could do that through masturbation or having sex. It doesn't matter. But releasing your semen. And I didn't realize this, man. But this right here is very important. This is probably the most important one off the list. Your semen, bro, for some odd reason, whenever you release, man, whenever I release, my energy drops from here to here. It crashes. Okay, not automatically, but over time, it literally will crash if I do it enough. Because I feel like your semen holds energy. Okay, so whenever you release it, you're literally draining yourself of your energy supply. I mean, it does make sense because you can literally create a whole baby with your semen. So it does make sense that it's carrying some type of energy. I think it is. You know what I mean? Your body's literally creating it. So it is energy. Your body needs energy to create it. So whenever you release it, you're literally using energy from your body to release it as well. You know what I mean? So, and it doesn't matter if you're masturbating or if you're having sex. But if you do those things often, not often, if you do it too much, you're literally draining your energy. every time I used to masturbate, I would literally freaking feel so tired, feel sluggish, feel lazy as fuck, and I didn't know why. And I realized it's because I'm masturbating. Like every time I masturbate, I just feel like going to sleep. I don't even feel like doing nothing. So I have to refrain from doing that, and I have to be on semen retention, because it's like, if I'm on semen retention, man, you know, then I will have more energy because I'm not just releasing it. You feel me? So yeah, I wish that this video was a lot better.